Very strong statement. If you take a look at the standing or the Nigerian Premier Football League table as it is right now, very keenly contested. Just 2 points or 3 points separating the first place and third, fourth and fifth are there. So very close margins. And for Enugu Rangers, just like you said, the coach is not talking to, just like last season. Even with 2 games to spare last season, he was still telling the press that they are not in for the title hunt. They just want to finish in a very respectable position, which I said it last season. It was more like a mind. In fact, it was a mind game. And this season, just very calm. He doesn't talk much on the media, but they are getting the needed results, which for me, I think is going to be a great one. If they continue to churn out positive results like this, it's going to help them, make a successful title defense,
Successful title defense, yes. So far, 6 minutes in that game at Cathedral, and let's move away from there now, and let's come back to another Eastern state in Omar here, where Abia Warriors currently leads Katsina United 1-0 in that encounter, and that goal has been scored by D'Souza in the 2 minutes added time in the first half before they went on the break. It's 64 minutes so far, and the Abia Warriors are currently leading Katsina United 1-0 at the Omar Township Stadium.
Yeah, for Abia Warriors, they need all 3 points, to be in a very comfortable position.
Everything is not right at all with Katsina United. They lost to Economy Warriors last Sunday. They traveled away from home. At home, they drew a side that ordinarily one should think that they should be able to get one over, but isn't going that the way they planned. So if you look at the way Katsina United have gone about their games this season, Bayelsa United held them to a 1-1 draw. That was, you averagely say, a good result because they played that game against away from home. They drew Niger Tornadoes in their own stadium at the Mohammed Diko Stadium in Katsina 1-1, and that was where the wars continued. Lost to Economy Warriors, lost to Ikorodu, at their home. That was the defining moment for them, and I can tell you that with the way they are going now, if they get to lose this game again, that means that they will be entrenched in the
active results are there. Though you may want to say it is an early call to make, but having played from match day 1 down to match day 14, yet they are unable to find their mojo, it is looking likely that they might possibly not finish in a very good position. Don't forget, it's about a team that want to stake a claim in the Nigerian Premier Football League. It takes maybe more like 10 games, 10 match days before you can be able to see that team making a very giant stride in terms of their points accumulated, in terms of their table standing. But in their last 5 games, they have not been able to get positive results. So I don't know, but the coach truly need to change things if they truly want to, finish very strong. Because I tell you, if they continue with this poor form, maybe, just maybe, they are going to go down to relegation zone. And that is why I say that the coach just need to stand up and pick up the broken pieces, find a winning formula, and try to get Katsina United as early as 6 minutes. I was thinking it's going to be a goal galore, because when you score within the space of 5-6 minutes of play, then while you still have about 90 minutes to play, so there is this possibility that you are going to see rains of goal. But I think the home side have actually adjusted a bit in terms of their defensive, strength, and that is why it looks as though Rivers United haven't been able to add another goal to that tally. But then, if they can be able to guide it with all diligence and see off the game, all that matters is a 3-pointer. It's going to be a good one for them.
It's always a very tough one for Sunshine Stars and Rivers United, whether home or away. But somehow, it looks like Finidi George understands that when you score an early goal, you can hold on to it. I won't be surprised if they get to win this particular one, because with the win, they will now have 28.
From home, this isn't going to be a bad one for Aqua United. I think their struggle continues under Baba Ganaru, who he was drafted in to see if they can be able to change things for themselves. But it looks as though it doesn't have what it takes to change things. I wouldn't say it doesn't have what it takes per se, but then I think from the poor result we've seen of Aqua United so far this is clearly evident to the fact that Aqua United just need to change some things, within the tactical formation of Coach Baba Ganaru to start getting positive results, because so far so good this season. Aqua United, both home and away, they've actually struggled, which for me shouldn't be for a team such as Aqua United that sometimes won the league. So you expect them to be doing pretty well, especially where they are getting all the backing from the state government financially and otherwise. So you expect them to coming out gun blazing against their opponent, especially playing at home. But then it is not the case with Aqua United as they continue to struggle. It's going to be a bad one and a very frustrating one for the home fans if they don't get to win this evening.
I guess what? The team we also talk about has the bounce back, So it's 1-1 now between Sunshine Star and Rivers United. I did mention to you that as a way you like.
Like we were saying before, Sunshine, draw level with Rivers United. This is football, and anything at all can happen.
Anything at all can happen. We're still previewing games, live games from the Nigeria Premier Football League. And interesting thing, Mike, before I move on to other scores, it looks like there's a lot of journalistic input in the league. A lot of guys are doing maybe free services just to boost the league, or somehow maybe they are paid, but the credibility of you may not watch the games live, but you can follow those proceedings and get to tell what is happening in each of the stadium. And I think that this is a thumbs up for Nigeria Premier Football League.
For sure, have there, which actually took place at Rainbow Stars Township Stadium out there, to bring all the media gurus so that to also possibly educate coaches and their officials on how to address the media, because sometimes I get bored and pissed off when I listen to some of our local coaches right here during pressers. What they come up to say after games is very embarrassing. They don't even have any concrete thing as regard the tactical display of the players on the pitch, or what they did wrong or right in order for them to get positive. They will just leave the things that matter to delve into different something that doesn't really matter. And for me, it doesn't speak good of some of those coaches where you are asked one direct question, instead of you to give a technical input as regard to the game, you start complaining that they did not do this, whereas that wasn't the question. So I believe from that tutorials they have been able to
from the something Sasa set up in Bayelsa, where Bayelsa United are currently the Prosperity Boys doing so well against Niger Tornadoes, and it is 4-1 in favor of the Lada and Bosso Boys. And let me tell you that this game, not many saw it coming this heavy for Bayelsa United.
Yeah, for Bayelsa United, one of the few teams that started the season very poor. At some point, there was this doubt whether are they going to stay afloat in the Nigerian Premier Football League because of a poor result, and some look as though whenever we get to meet them, we struggle out there. And like I said, the mentality of defeatism, that you even throw away all hope even before heading into the battle ground, it is not also helping Nigerian teams out there. As early as 9 minutes, they've already conceded one goal, and that is how bad it is for Enyimba, a powerhouse in African football, having won the CAF Champions League twice. In fact, this is not where they should be playing. It's more like saying that Real Madrid has dropped down to start playing Europa or even the Conference League. No, but then it is what it is. That is where they find themselves. And because of their pedigree in the CAF Champions League, they should have used that as an advantage, to upstage, the Al Masry out there, who have not, tested UEFA CAF Champions League trophy.
So, of course, we'll keep our finger crossed and let's see how far. I hope that Enyimba can get something from that game. We want to see Nigeria team blossom high when it comes to continental engagement. And it's time now to move across to Europe as we take it through.
Atlanta, the first time they are scoring in Barcelona Football Club and Brest, because in terms of Champions League pedigree, there is no way you compare,
Clubs like Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, and then Barca. I mean, what a transition from each of these clubs. He's done so well for himself, I must tell you the truth. Bayer Leverkusen defeated Salzburg 5-0. Bayern Munich were one better than Paris Saint-Germain, and that was the match that a lot of them talked about so much yesterday.
Yeah, because of many things. Bayern Munich are heading into that game were seated 17th on the log, while Paris Saint-Germain were seated in the 25th position, and that is why there was so many hype surrounding that game, because it was a game of consequences for both sides. Bayern Munich, 6-time winner, if they get to drop that point, then they find it difficult to see if they can be able to be among the top 8 teams that will qualify first for the round of 16. Then for Paris Saint-Germain, they also needed all 3 points, but unfortunately that Luis Enrique, despite his Champions League experience, could not they've won the league. I want to propel them to achieve positive result this season. Or could it be just because Rodri, the Ballon d'Or winner, is out? Because of course we saw his immeasurable additional quality when he got injured or when he was fit last season, playing all through without losing a game. Then you talk about their defensive frailty. Does it mean that they don't really have a strong defense that can be able to hold their own? Is it about injury? So it's been a very, very big challenge for Pep Guardiola, who seems to be denting his coaching record, because we've never seen it in the history of Pep Guardiola, losing 5 straight games in a row, not to talk about going 6 games, without winning a single. Have become the only team allow the lead to crumble as they drew. So all these are so many questions and factors that have caused so many people, especially football followers, out there to raise an eyebrow on whether Pep Guardiola has lost his tactical or coaching genius.
Another game yesterday, not many soldiers on also coming. Arsenal traveling away to Sporting, the Portuguese champions, and getting 5-0 win there from that side. Not many saw that one coming.
Yeah, I did even see that one coming as well, especially considering the fact that this Sporting also defeated Manchester City. Don't forget, 4-1 at home. Then Arsenal, bouncing back from their previous defeat to win over the weekend in their Premier League, 3 goals to nothing against a very stubborn Nottingham Forest side. They took that, run down to Lisbon, especially boosted by the
next couple of minutes, 45 minutes from now, we should be getting to, the games should be out already, and of course we'll bring you more of those ones. Red Star Belgrade will take on Stuttgart. Stormgrass versus, can we scroll? Okay, Girona there. Aston Villa will take on Juventus in mouth-watering encounter. Bologna versus Lille. I'm not also forgetting that we have Celtic will take on Club Brugge, and the Dinamo Zagreb versus Borussia Dortmund. Liverpool and Real Madrid seems to be the center of attraction today, and then Monaco will take on Benfica. PSV Eindhoven versus Shakhtar Donetsk. All eyes will be on Madrid and Liverpool at Anfield.
Yeah, that is the blockbuster game tonight, and a lot is at stake in that very one because for Liverpool, they are seated in a very comfortable position, you know, in the UEFA Champions League standing. But for Madrid, they need all 3 points to stand in a very good position to be among the first 8 teams, or possibly, you know, be among the team that will go for the playoff. But take a look at the pedigree of Real Madrid. You may want to say, yeah, they wouldn't want to go through the back doors of going to playoff and all of that. You should expect them to qualify first among the first 16 teams, first 8 teams rather, that is going to make it through to the round of 16. But I tell you, for the fact that Vinicius Junior will be out in this very one, it might possibly affect the way and manner to which Carlo Ancelotti is going to set up his play. Though they are not short of quality per se, but then having their talisman in Vinicius Junior out will certainly affect Real Madrid tonight. And for Liverpool, they have been on a very fine run, both in the league and in the Champions League. They are doing very great things. But the coach, talking about Ancelotti, he doesn't have a Champions League experience as a coach. Whereas Carlo Ancelotti is a doing in terms of a Champions League, having won it with AC Milan with great players like.
I'm sure in the next couple of minutes we'll get to see how far, as we are on live, we'll get to see how the game unfold itself today. Our sports extraordinaire goes to Lewandowski for achieving 100 milestone goals, and it doesn't come easy at all scoring 100 goals, Mike.
True, I think it really deserves it.
Ekpo Temple is my name. We'll do this again tomorrow evening. Do well to enjoy the best here on Atlantic Television Network. Bye-bye.